A nebula is a cloud of space gas and dust. Nebula images are some of the most beautiful cosmic photos ever taken. Join us while we explore them. The Butterfly Nebula exhibits the classic hourglass shape of many planetary nebulas. The Hubble Space Telescope has caught the most detailed view of the Crab Nebula in one of the largest images ever assembled by the Space-Based Observatory. The Orion Nebula shows dense pillars of gas and dust that may be the homes of fledgling stars and hot, young, massive stars that have emerged from their cocoons and are shaping the nebula with powerful ultraviolet light. This is a color-enhanced version of the infrared signal to make the double helix nebula's features easier to see. The spots are mostly red giants and red supergiants. Many other stars are present, but are too dim to appear. This color composite image of the Helix Nebula was created from images obtained by the Wide Field Imager, an astronomical camera attached to the SO telescope. Supernova 1987A occurred in the Large Magellanic Cloud, a galaxy only 160,000 light-years from Earth. The outburst was visible to the naked eye, and is the brightest known supernova in almost 400 years. Located in the Eagle Nebula, E42 is thought to be a very early embryo of a star, much like Earth's Sun. An image of the Red Square Nebula surrounding the hot star MWC 922. The picture was taken with infrared adaptive optics, imaging at Palomar and Keck observatories. A wide-field overview image of the Veil Nebula, taken on the ground by the digitized Sky Survey 2. The emission colored in blue shows X-ray emission from a hot plasma cloud in the extended regions of the Orion Nebula. The Cat's Eye Nebula features concentric shells, or bubbles of gas and dust. Several well-known astronomical objects in and near the Carina Nebula can be seen in this wide-field image. To the bottom left of the image is one of the most impressive binary stars in the universe, Eta Carini, with the famous Keyhole Nebula just adjacent to the star. Red represents low-energy X-rays, the medium range is green, and the most energetic ones are colored blue. The blue hand-like structure was created by energy emanating from the nebula around the dying star. Parts of the Orion molecular cloud are illuminated by nearby stars, and therefore glow an eerie green color. The young stars that drive the jets are usually found along each jet, and are colored golden orange. A close-up image of the so-called Pillars of Creation, located at the center of the Eagle Nebula. This new image beautifully shows the extended nebula of gas and dust that reflects the light from the star. The nebula appears at the upper right. The Trifid Nebula, named by English astronomer John Herschel. 3 different regions of the nebula can be seen in the image. A recent NASA's Hubble Space Telescope close-up image of part of NGC 7023, or the Iris Nebula, shows that the area is clogged with cosmic dust. An inside view of the heart of the Eagle Nebula, captured by the Herschel Space Telescope. This new portrait of the Cat's Paw Nebula was created from combining images taken through blue, green and red filters, as well as a special filter designed to let through the light of glowing hydrogen. This color composite image shows the nursery of a massive star. Gemini North image of the planetary nebula M97, also known as the Owl Nebula. The approximately 6,000-year-old nebula is located about 2,600 light-years away, and has a diameter of about 3 light-years across. It is located in the constellation of Ursa Major. An active star formation region in the Orion Nebula, as seen by Planck. NASA's WISE Infrared Space Observatory mission team released this mosaic of the Soul Nebula. The Soul Nebula is an open cluster of stars, surrounded by a cloud of dust and gas over 150 light-years across. This new Hubble Space Telescope reveals a dazzling look at the N11 region of the Large Magellanic Cloud, a satellite galaxy near the Milky Way. This vista image shows the spectacular 30-Doradus star-forming region, also called the Tarantula Nebula. At its core is a large cluster of stars, known as R136, in which some of the most massive stars known are located. The Hubble Space Telescope captured the striking image of the curious planetary nebula NGC 6210, which is located about 6,500 light-years away, in the constellation of Hercules. This image taken by the Hubble Space Telescope shows a very small part of the vast stellar nursery, in the picturesque Orion Nebula. An infant star is visible just left of center. An image of the Flaming Star Nebula, taken in infrared light by NASA's WISE Space Telescope. This new infrared view of the star formation region Messier 8, often called the Lagoon Nebula, was captured by the VISTA telescope at the European Southern Observatory in Chile. Horsehead Nebula is a part of an enormous cloud of molecular gas and dust, obscuring background light from nearby emission nebula IC 434, producing the silhouette. The Elephant's Trunk Nebula sits in the star cluster IC 1396, in the constellation of Cepheus. A cloud of high-temperature gas, warmed up by newly born stars, forms the emission nebula. The star cluster NGC 371 appears in this new image from ESO's Very Large Telescope. The three nebulae in this image may appear close together, but in actuality they reside at different distances from the Earth. Nebula NGC 3582 contains giant loops of gas that resemble solar prominences. Researchers think dying stars ejected the loops, but the stellar nursery also produces new stars. This glowing emerald nebula, seen by NASA's Spitzer Space Telescope, is reminiscent of the glowing ring wielded by the superhero Green Lantern. This nebula, located 20,000 light-years away in the constellation Carina, contains a central cluster of huge, hot stars called NGC 363. Nearly 12.5 million light-years away, in the dwarf galaxy NGC 4449, stellar fireworks are going off all the time. This Gemini Observatory image of Kronberger 61 shows the ionized shell of expelled gas, resembling a soccer ball. A Gemini South image of the planetary nebula NGC 246, also called Skull Nebula. The ghost-like nebula includes a small star-forming region filled with dark dust that was first noted in images taken by the satellite and infrared light in 1983. This dramatic infrared image shows the nearby star formation region Monoceros R2, located some 2,700 light-years away, in the constellation of the Unicorn. This new image of the Orion Nebula was captured using the Wide Field Imager camera 2.2-meter telescope at the La Silla Observatory in Chile. Hubble has taken this stunning close-up shot of part of the Tarantula Nebula. This star-forming region of ionized hydrogen gas is in the Large Magellanic Cloud, a small galaxy which neighbors the Milky Way.